and welcome back to Star Wars Jedi Survivor. This is episode 17. Last time we tracked Bode down to Nova Garen, an ISB base hidden in like some sort of ice-looking asteroid thing. It was pretty awesome, and we had some good scenes with Bode and his daughter Kata. He's got away. He has the compass. He has the ability to get to Tanalore, but so do we, because we have realized through Centauri Kree's message that if we align the arrays to the abyss, we can travel through it. Kind of seems like a bit of a, I don't know, getting that information, it kind of feels like a no-brainer. It's like, that kind of feels like that's what it's almost for. You know, when I saw the array, the forest array that we activated for the first time and it went to the moon, I was like, huh, I was kind of expecting it to go to the abyss, because I assumed that the array would be how we would navigate through the abyss. Like, you'd line it all up and then you could go through. So I kind of find it funny that we go through all of that and then we get to this point and that's actually what it is. You just need to also align the one on the moon as well, I think. So there you go. We're heading to Tanalore. We're doing main story stuff. We're going to focus on that. Go to Tanalore, see what happens, because it seems like it's the big old confrontation. And then anything that'll happen after that, once we have that resolved, is anyone's guess. Will there be more? Will that be credits rolling? And then we're just doing all of the exploration ever, because there's so much to explore, so many chests to open, etc., etc. We'll have to see. Bounties to hunt. That's another one. I want to get all those bounties. So there'll definitely be more bonus-related episodes compiling that sort of stuff.
Are you ready to go?
Just about.
When we confront Bode, just remember, he has what he wants. He will fight to the death to keep it. Jedi and Night Sister, together again.
I wonder if we can have a peaceful resolution.
Now, where should we go next?
Will we have a peaceful resolution with Bode being like, hey man, we're both on Tanalore, we're both here. We both had our own ways to get here. Is that going to be cool with you? We'll just live here. You live over the other side of Tanalore and I'll live here. Confront Bode on Tanalore. New location just dropped. Let's go. I am ready. We get to, I guess we should be able to see the flight take place through the abyss. Let's have a look. How does it look on the outside? Staring at the abyss. Oh, okay, we go into hyperspace for it. That's interesting. When you go from, obviously, Kobo to the moon, you just fly there. But it's hyperspace with no dialogue. I guess we can plug in the coordinates with the arrays.
Bumpy ride.
Oh, I have to interact with the holotape. Let's go.
Cal, is it time?
We're heading to the abyss now. Fire up the arrays.
I'll be monitoring your progress from here. May the Force be with you all.
And you, Z.
We go. Damn. That looks awesome.
Well, what do you think is taking Z so long?
Dagan Gera was the only person to live through what we're about to do.
At least we will die together.
Hey, great pep talk, kids. Hopefully they can fit that on my tombstone.
Look.
Wow. Here we go. I know. You want to fly this thing?
As BD's being antsy. This looks cool. Oh, wow.
I'll bet that's what all the other poor saps said right before they were torn into Vortex Chow. Great. Now it's an obstacle course.
These shots are so satisfying.
They're coming too fast.
But you are faster. Stop piloting and start flying.
I'm rerouting power from deflectors to the engines.
What are you, crazy? You're trading safety for speed.
Exactly. We're all in on you, buddy.
All in.
You're right. It's my ship, ain't it? Greasy does it, baby!
Ultra instinct grease. Fly without thinking. Get those reflexes going. Hopefully there's no tight spaces that's not going to destroy that mantis wing.
Hey, wait a minute. Is it me, or is this tunnel getting a tad cozy?
It's not just you. Z, what's going on?
The arrays are overloading. There's nothing I can do.
Push yourself in faster.
Go faster.
I'm going as fast as I can. Wait a minute. Are you crazy? If you jump into hyperspace blind, they'll be picking up pieces of the Mantis all over the outer rim.
Do you trust me?
You know I do, Cal. Let her ride.
Damn, okay. Force hyperspace flight. Ready? So use the force to guide the ship through. Oh, wow. See ya? Wow. Yes. Amazing.
You did it, you three-armed son of a Gundar.
Well, at least none of us lost our cool.
Perfect.
Wow. I hope it's worth it.
Too fucking good. Love that. That was classic Star Wars right there. With like Obi-Wan calling out to Luke, being like, use the Force. Run, Luke, run. Getting that guidance when you need it. Sia being connected to Cal in a way where it echoes through the Force feels so fitting. It's not necessarily Force ghost kind of stuff, but it's like those voices, those echoes through the Force, those who have moved on and become one with the Force, maybe for a moment when it's needed, a little bit of a hand on the shoulder to say now, you know, and that is really amazing. It's the same thing in Rise of Skywalker where all those Jedi voices reach through the Force to speak to Rey in that moment. And it's like, we know that most of those voices are not eligible for the Force Ghost Club, but through the Force, many things are possible. And it's a moment like that it just feels so genuinely Star Wars right when they needed it. And it was cool. The blind hyperspace jump just to get that speed that they need. So sick. We're on Tanalore, baby. Let's check it out. Let's have a quick little rotate here. Because I think got a skill point. Have we got any that I can upgrade? For anything that I'm using, maybe I'll save it up. We'll save it. Let's head on out. Grease just screaming through the whole thing is just hilarious.
So, this is it. Tanalore. You and Maren be careful out there, okay? Yeah, you too, BD.
We'll all be okay, Grease.
I'm gonna hold you to that, Cal. I don't plan on living out my days on this rock, especially not with that traitor.
We'll be back soon.
I'll keep things ticking here.
Talk to... Oh, okay. Ooh. It's got like a similar aesthetic to a planet in the Battlefront 2 campaign. I forget the name of it, but it's the one where Luke is on and he finds that compass. You have like that encounter with him. Jedi meditation spot. Overlooking a natural vista, Jedi of old often frequented this spot to clear their minds and find calm within themselves. We've also got this. Piloting through the very heart of the Kobo abyss, Grease at last rediscovered his lost confidence, deftly maneuvering through the debris of starship wreckage. However, around them the path began to fray and collapse as the arrays on Kobo began to fail. Hearing the voice of Seer in his mind, Cal drew upon the lessons of his former mentor to guide his hand, trusting in the Force and pulling the hyperdrive controls, launching the Mantis into a blind jump. The Mantis skips through hyperspace and after a tense moment, emerges on approach to a beautiful blue-green world, Tanalore. I can't believe Cal Kestis did the Tanalore run in under 12 parsecs. Crazy. They will be hearing about this forever.
So this is Tanalore.
Not what you were expecting?
I don't know what I was expecting. So much has changed since I first heard its name.
The temple's this way.
You know.
Dagon and Centauri Kree planned their future here.
And look where it got them.
I guess he knows where it is because he did all his little Force visions and he like walked with them in a dream sequence for a while. So yeah, it should be here. Saw it in a dream once. Verdant Gardens. I need answers. Ooh, what's going on there? Oh, is this going to be like, that's going to be a piece of a Nihil ship? I was going to say, I need answers, right? Where I need to see what's going on with... Because we got the information that the emergence took place, which is the event from the Light of the Jedi, the High Republic, and it's the Nihil. And the Marauders found their way to Tanalore, so I was like, I'm like, well, 200 years later, we've got to see some, you know, remnants of the Nihil. What happened to them? Imagine if there'd been, you know, people living here for 200 years. Some sort of civilization of long-lived things. Who knows?
Bode will not let this end peacefully. He has already used fatherhood to justify betrayal and murder. Now we have him cornered, with nowhere else to run. He will kill or be killed.
Really? Are we sure he's even here?
Say something!
You're right. But what about Kata? She's not much younger than we were when our families were taken from us.
I know.
You and I will carry that loss for the rest of our lives. But Kata still has a chance.
Yes, she does. Very well. We will give Bode the choice to stand down. For Kata's sake.
And ours.
Oh, meanwhile, we've got Cal Kestis just playing Dark Side Fantasy as well. He's bloody just tapping into it for fun. The unexpected invasion of Tanalore forced the Order to flee their new sanctuary. How the Nihil discovered Tanalore remains a mystery. Okay. Remains a mystery. It's kind of a shame, really, reflecting on Dagon Gera now that he's dead and gone, that it almost kind of feels like a little bit of wasted potential with his character there. Like, we only see him a few times, and we have a really cool fights, which are awesome. His characterization and his sort of contrast to Cal is really great. I love his purpose and why he's in this story. Like, he is Cal, essentially, like, highlighting the potential obsession with Sanctuary, and how even if you have positive, good intentions, that obsession can lead to the dark side. It can stray you from the path. And Dagon represents Cal, if, like, he didn't have his friends with him to bring him back. Cal would become like Dagon, and it's a really good contrast to see the two of them in this story like that. So on that, I really like his involvement, but I kind of wish that he was utilized more. Like, we free him, and then he just disappears for ages. And he doesn't really have any sort of trouble adjusting. He just immediately is just, like, very sane, very okay with the fact that it's 200 years later. We don't really see that from him, and it would have been cool to see that from him, I think. A little more Dagon would not have been a bad thing. I would have loved to have seen Vader sort of be the one to deal with it.
I
Okay,
keep
there's
thinking
the ship.
about something Seer once said. A warning. Every Jedi faces the dark side. I feel so much hatred towards Bode.
Seer won her battle with the dark side. You will too.
Yeah, alright. Alright. Just dabble in it for a bit and then come back. Okay. Yeah, imagine if, after all this sort of mocking that Dagon did of the Empire, and he's like, you guys lost to this, even though we know that it wasn't the Empire that were the reasons why we lost. It was, you know, the clones and Palpatine's manipulation. Dagon being confronted with probably the big reason why everything went to crap, and having Vader show up and being a great little sort of a third thing to throw in the mix of, like, showing you where the dark side leads. Dagon being like, oh my god, this guy that I can sense the force within him and then he just comes and, like, schools Dagon. Like, we beat him fair and square in a fight, but then, like, I don't know, it would have been a really great sort of scene to have Dagon meet his end by sort of Vader after all of his gloating he did, especially because he was like, he did like that comlink scene where he's like called out the Empire as a whole. He's like, you all suck and I'm amazing. Would have been great.
He's still here.
Good.
Oh, he made it. Not have an issue. Fancy flying. That's one hell of a pilot. Oh, this is very linear. Oh, this is very small. Oh, wow. Okay. We're already 60% explored Tanalore. Oh, it's only tiny. Tanalore's a baby location. Oh, man. It's literally just like, here you are, you've arrived, and then it's the end. Like, it's just like the finale little location. Damn. Okay. Not much to explore on Tanalore, then. Just you rock up, you walk down your path, and then we're here. Wild. This is where the Jedi Temple is. Got some Force Echoes, though.
Fall back to the temple. The Nile are enveloping our position.
Oppo Rancisis.
Segura, that is an order.
That's the voice of Oppo Rancisis. Is that like the first time that he's ever spoken? I don't think Oppo Rancisis is in the Clone Wars in a speaking capacity. I don't think so. The Jedi, led by Dagon Gera, make their last ill-fated stand against invading forces. Dude, Oppo Rancisis. It's such a wild thing, because it's like, what Jedi exist that have really long lifespans that we can just throw out in the High Republic era? So it's really cool. Yeah, Oppo Rancisis. Then we'll have some stuff about Yaddle. Great. It's pathways that are not necessarily included on the map. Go off to the side, but there's nothing to find out there. Oh yes, I remember watching this scene that took place here, and then I think he like looked out here, and this is where you see the invading forces that came in. Ceremonial Fountain, a tri-pointed water feature built to symbolize the three core pillars of the Jedi Order: the Force, knowledge, and self-discipline. Jedi strive at all times to gain mastery over all three. Merrin just dipping her toes in.
Do you hear that?
Kata.
Star hiding in the night, up and oh so bright, when the sky is clear, I can sense you're near, looking down on me.
Singing about her mother.
Silent in the sky. Now I start to wonder why. Show me your light. I've waited all night. Ghost star, won't you sing with me?
I don't know if the song would get interrupted if we approach her, so I just wanted to hear it out. Seems like she's singing about her mother, I would assume. Beautiful singing voice.
CD1.
Hey, Kata. This is Marin. She's a friend.
I'm sorry Papa hurt you.
Yeah.
He said I'd never see you again. What are you doing here?
Kata, your father stole something very important. We're gonna ask him to give it back.
Will you show us the way?
Okay. Follow me. I don't like it here. It's dark and lonely.
You don't have to be afraid. Better?
You're very pretty.
Damn right. It's dark and lonely. Here, let me do space witch darkness magic. Creepy orb. Is that better? Yes.
Kata! How did you get here?
It wasn't easy.
You shouldn't have followed us.
Papa, don't!
Stay back, Kata. This is the only way to keep you safe.
She will be safe. I promise, Bode. But listen to me. It's over.
Lay down your weapons.
This planet will be a haven for those hunted by the Empire, including Kata and you. But you have to surrender now.
Go outside, Kata.
Listen to them, please!
I will decide what's best for my family.
Bruh. I will decide what's best. Almost has his sister, his daughter, fall to her death? He's just like, I'll decide what's best by almost killing my daughter out of rage. Well done, buddy. You're very good. He's got to be rusty with a with a saber, you know, because it's been a while, because it's not his. You gotta tap into that, you gotta tap into his skills. What are you doing?
Distract him! I will strike from the shadows.
The fact that he could have just totally killed Merrin then, like he got her in a hole. He could have just stabbed her. Oh shit. Huh. Nice. And he's back in the fight. After avoiding a ring out, he's come in to kick him in the face. Ugh.
Got a trick for you.
Uh-huh. Cancelled. Hey, that's my kick.
That hurt.
Really had his guard down, no jetpack. Oh, I dodged out of the way. What are you doing?
Right here, BD.
This is my home now.
This is my home now. God, this dude's an asshole. He's such an idiot. It's like, I've got the better kick move, dude. It's like literally like... Is he stupid? Is he stupid? He's got a pretty dumb, like, motivation, unfortunately. Man's like, this is my home. I'm like, we could literally have a home for everyone. Can you stop doing that? Please? Do I have to tap into the dark side? Yeah!
Disappointing.
Oh, he resists my tapping into the dark side. Okay.
No,
How dare you kick me? How dare?
buddy.
Am I in perp? Okay. What is that? What is that blade doing? Also, the fact that, like, let's just think about the fact that he was getting pissed off when he didn't even know we were here. Like, that one was really weird. Like, he was getting mad for some reason when he was just, like, staring at the thing, and then that's why he, like, called out to Kata. But, like, he was mad about it. Just really strange behavior. Like, why? Like, what you doing there, bud? Oh, nice. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, who's saving your daughter, you bastard? You almost fell to her death again. Oh man. Oh no. Oh no, dude. Cal. Buddy. Blaster destroyed, huh? No more blaster. Oh my god! Jesus! One hell of a second phase. He's not rusty. Like, he ain't rusty with the saber at all. Oh, okay, shockwave. Oh, and of course you resist mine. What is this animal? What is this animal? Oh man. This man's movements though. Oh man. It's the worst time to have an itch.
Right here, buddy.
Oh my god. it. This man just be totally not caring about my force powers at all. Ooh, he headbutted you back. Fuck's sake. Getting hit by all those moves. Whoa.
Put this on your daughter.
Bode, we know what it's like to grow up alone.
Please, listen to them, Papa!
All right. And when the Empire comes, will you be able to protect my little girl? I'm sorry, Kata. I tried.
No, Papa!
Stay back!
Bode's not very smart, is he? Big dumb hours for Bode. Biggie dummy hours. Stupid. Yes. I will now orphan my daughter because I am a smart man.
How are you feeling?
Better. Thanks.
Good. We should speak. I was not much older than you when I lost my family. For many years I carried this pain. I did not want to feel better.
Why?
I thought if I let go of the pain, I would be letting go of the people I loved. But I was wrong. And one day, I met someone who also lost his family. Together we found another way to survive. This pain is yours. It is part of you.
How does he have the jetpack?
When my mother died, it changed Papa. And me too, I guess.
Yes. But it does not have to define you. And you must not let it consume you.
Sia, Cordova, and Bode. 3 Force user funeral. That triple Jedi funeral. God damn. Very neat touch using this theme. What's with that animation, dude? Oh, okay. It's supposed to be like that. Okay. I'm like, what the fuck? That looks so silly. And then it's sped up. Is it supposed to be sped up? God, that was really strange, dude. Like, I thought that Merrin's walking was just fucked. And Cal then proceeds to just stare at Sia's corpse for like what seems like years. Damn, okay.
You saved my life on Bracca. You let me walk my own path when I needed to. You taught me what it truly means to be a Jedi. Now you're gone. We will continue your legacy, Seer. We will build something that can outlast the Empire. I promise you that. I promise. But I'm scared. I almost lost myself. I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I'm ready for what comes next.
The music was ominous for a second.
Cal, guide her through the darkness.
I like that. Is that the end? Wow. Title card. That's it. Ooh, Jedi Survivor. I'm calling it now. The next game will be called Jedi Legacy. I'm calling it. You heard it here first. That's what I think. I don't think the third game that they do, if it gets a second one, Star Wars Jedi Legacy. That'll be the title. Okay. We have credits for Star Wars Jedi Survivor. And let's talk about some things instantly from this one. Is I love that interaction with Seer right at the end there, that little stinger, it's like I said, not a Force Ghost thing, it's just for Cal. And Star Wars Rebels does this same thing with, if you haven't seen Rebels, at this point, why haven't you? Rebels spoiler for the end of Rebels. With Hera and Kanan, there's a scene after Kanan is gone where Hera can feel that Kanan is there, and there's an embrace. And it's not Kanan being a Force ghost, it's not him coming back after death through the Force. It's a moment just for her through the Force. You know, it's that feeling of I can feel this person that I care deeply for is with me after everything's been said and done. Right? All right. Rebels spoiler over. And it's quite similar with Seer in that moment. That's just there for Cal. In that moment where her body has now been released from the physical world and she's gone off into the life stream of the Force, there is a little bit of that lingering echo, right? Just a little bit of passing advice through the Force. And I think that's really beautifully done, because that's all that really refers to. And I feel that that's done appropriately. It doesn't sort of go too far. Like if you just had Seer appear, put the hand on his shoulder and she's glowing blue and she's like, Cal, that, I would have an issue with that. Absolutely. Because you would. But I love how that's been done, and I think that's really neat. Bode is a grade A dumbass. Not even his daughter's multiple pleas and being put in physical danger triggers any sort of thought in him of, wait, maybe I'm being a little too rash here. And this is the unfortunate influence of the dark side, is it clouds your vision. It does give you tunnel vision, but you can acknowledge dude's an idiot, for sure. He physically put his own daughter in harm multiple times in that encounter as well. He wasn't even concerned with her safety in those moments. Like, it's ridiculous. He was breaking the surface from underneath her. She almost fell to her death twice, and pushed her away. A bit more of a heavier push. She's gone right off the edge. So Merrin and Cal have become adoptive parents. Kata 100% is going to be like a, Force sensitive child. Absolutely. So that's pretty clear. I think that, the whole bloodline thing, as well as being born from nothing and being Force sensitive, both things are obviously possible. I definitely think Kata is going to play a bigger role. I fully expect them to do Jedi Legacy and it to be another time jump. See, the thing is now, however, we're 9 years out from A New Hope. They could give us another 5-year time jump if they wanted. They could give us during the original trilogy if they wanted, because then they can explain what's going on with this gang during the original trilogy. That could be really cool. They have a lot of freedom, as you think that they might not, because they have to be constrained to the original trilogy. But the thing that we've learned with the Jedi games, both Fallen Order and Survivor, is you'd think they would be very restricted, but they have a lot of movement. They go to a bunch of different places, they interact with some big names, and it flows and it fits well, and they give us new lore, amazing new locations in a big galaxy. These Jedi games do not suffer from small galaxy moments. A couple of things maybe here and there, but you're going to have that in Star Wars, and that's totally acceptable. But I think that this was really well done overall. I'm very excited to see how this is going to go, because it's definitely going to continue. We now have Kata most likely being adoptive child Jedi apprentice of Cal. Cal now moving into his Jedi Master role. We have the Padawan in Fallen Order. We have, at the end of Fallen Order, he is knighted, and he becomes a Jedi Knight throughout this game as well, because he's moved into that. And with the passing of the torch, with Seer moving on through the Force, we now have Cal being able to become his own Jedi Master. And I definitely think that that's how that's going to go. We get, if they just decide to do a trilogy, we'll get a trilogy of Cal going from Padawan to Knight to Master, and from there on, who knows? But I think that that's really great. There's some awesome potential there. This story was really awesome. I love how they tied in High Republic stuff. That was really cool. High Republic stuff was great. Their aesthetic is really good. And like I was saying, I genuinely feel that if they wanted to, they could create some sort of High Republic game. If Respawn were like, let's do like a spin-off that's like set during the High Republic, they could, because they've created all the assets for it. They've created the aesthetic for it, for this game. Like, all of those assets are there, and they could just reuse a lot of those that would make development pretty cool. They just have to do some cool story. They're just like, let's just do a cool High Republic story, and not have it be tied to the Jedi, the main Jedi storyline. And I'd totally be into that, because we could start seeing like a lot of these elements of the High Republic era that they're building on so heavily in novels and comics, and give it some oomph in the game space. That would be really sweet. I think all the new characters that we got were awesome. Like, Bode is a great character throughout the whole game. Really, really great. He just makes those dumb dark side decisions at the end. He definitely didn't have his jetpack, but then he did when he was dead, and that part confused me. I was like, okay. We literally have Cal embrace the darkness. And that moment doesn't feel super impactful, only because it becomes a gameplay thing. Like, we embrace it in the ISB base because he's like, big mad. And I get it. And then it becomes a gameplay thing. Like, you press L3, R3, you're just embracing the darkness whenever you want. So when you're in that boss fight and you do it again, it doesn't really have that weight of, Cal, what are you doing? Don't do that. I think if they limited his little dark side angry times to just those moments where it was scripted, it would probably have more of an impact. I didn't like Cal embracing the darkness as a gameplay tactic, because it feels like you're getting too comfortable with a character embracing the dark side and there not being any consequences for that. Like, why does Bode give into his dark side tendencies and have no way out? You know, not even his own daughter can be that voice of reason for him, whereas Cal gives in multiple times, and Merrin barely gets him out of it. You know what I mean? It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. So there's silly little things like that are pretty wild. But I think the story was great. Music was perfect. Animations, the movement, the combat, like how all of this feels to play is so incredibly satisfying. The fighting, 5 stances, all with different like animations and details of how all of those things play out. The skill trees are really good. Kobo being like this great planet, really, really cool planet. Very, very well fleshed out, and there's so much that we haven't even explored of it yet, which I'm really looking forward to doing. Pyloon Saloon is a great little hub space, like bringing people there, getting their stories. You have this attachment to Kobo. It does a really good job at like making you want to have these people be safe, have a little safe place on Tanalore, like that dream. You're like, that, I want that for these characters, you know? We now have Tanalore. It's ours, baby. So we can figure out a better way now that we've got the compass. We can start charting people in there, safe haven from the Empire. So I reckon we're going to have, like I said, Jedi Legacy. That's what I think it's going to be called. And we'll have Cal with his Jedi Temple. Cal with his own Jedi Temple. Jedi Master Cal Kestis. Raising Kata as an apprentice. Finding and gathering other survivors, Force sensitives. Connecting with the path. that was established in this game that's working out in Kenobi. We can have the Path come in. That would be amazing. And then we could have Cal with his little safe Jedi thing. And then we're going to have to come up with the answer those questions of where is that Jedi Order during the events of the original trilogy? And you have to, really kind of think about how that's going to get into the story without being like this big, like, why did they not help? That's always the funny thing with these characters, like Ahsoka and stuff like that as well. You have to be like, where were these people? Like, they had their own mission. They had their own stuff to do. But, maybe Cal just never gets his Jedi Order if he does it. Because I'm just theorizing now based on what we have here. Maybe he never gets the Jedi Order to a position where he feels it can take on the Empire, and then he doesn't want to reveal themselves out of that protective nature, so keeps Tanalore hidden, keeps the Jedi hidden. Like, maybe there's space for that to emerge during the that interim between the original trilogy and the sequels. Who knows? There's so much to even think about with the future. But focusing on this game in particular, really great stuff. Really good stuff. Dagan Gera, I think there could have been a little bit more with Dagan. That would have been awesome. Ravis was incredible. I loved his characterization, how he interacted with Cal. That was really great. The way that this game blends the prequels and the originals together in aesthetics and enemies was very refreshing. It didn't feel repetitive in that it's like, man, all I'm doing is going up against this same type of enemy all the time. There's a great variety of Empire, the Bedlam Raiders with the Separatist droids. You've got all of the fauna as well, that just like great beasts and monsters and creatures to fight as well, which is really fun. And I feel like in terms of all of those little secrets and encounters and things, like, we still haven't even explored as much as there can be. So we'll definitely be looking around some more. I'll probably just go on my own little collectathon adventures, but I'm gonna plan on doing the bounty hunter stuff and other optional like rumors and side quests and stuff that we haven't checked out yet. So still do some more. Still definitely do some more Jedi Survivor, because this was a beautiful game. Let down a little bit by those technical issues, like, and you can see it, like, it's on display, and sometimes it's like really noticeable and unfortunate. Like, there's a lot of like weird character movements, and we do have like the frame screen tearing stuff, and it's a little bit unfortunate that there is like that polish and that shine I was talking about. Like, it needs that little icing on the cake to really cover those ugly parts of a game. It needed that polish. But behind those issues, tremendously well put together game from a technical perspective. Very, very impressive. Yeah, loved the animations, loved the combat, the introduction of so many new elements, and just very, very happy with it. I think that it's not easy in any capacity to create brand new things regardless, but creating brand new stuff for Star Wars and having it flow in canon and having it, go off to the Star Wars masses and gaining approval is one of the hardest things that you can do. So daunting. So for them to work with this and to pull it off really, really well, definitely deserves that recognition. I mean, it's got Grease in it. So, I mean, it's already kind of like, Grease already makes the game an 8 out of 10 regardless, just by having Grease in it. And then the other things bump up the rating, obviously, to like a 9. I would say this game is like a 9 out of 10 for me. And the 1 point subtraction is the unfortunate lack of polish in the performance department. But there's so many other things that are done in this game that are just so very impressive and engaging. I just love jumping with my character, like just jumping around, doing flips and dashes and swinging my saber around and exploring all the depths and crevices of Kobo. And the planets are gorgeous, the environments are great. I think that the game has a very contained exploration in terms of where we go in the galaxy, and it does make sense. The narrative is very, very attached to Kobo, to Tanalore, to the High Republic stuff there. So you're not going to randomly go, hey guys, I quickly need to go to Ord Mantell or Cato Nemoidia to go and see this person. There's definitely ways that they could maybe write stuff in. Like, we have the little thing, we go to Nova Garon for a bit, and it's kind of like one of those moments, which is really cool. I would have liked maybe for us to hit up Saw Gerrera in person, like just get like a scene. He's not even in the game. And I thought that was the funniest part, was when we were getting Cal working for Saw. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. We're going to get Saw Gerrera again, and we're going to see like that crew and see what's going on. And I just think that would be amazing. You know what I mean? Like, being able to see, oh my God, I'm rambling so much. I'm losing my train of thought. Where was I? Oh no, I was doing so well. On my unscripted rambles. And now I'm thinking about it too much and I'm losing it. Oh, sorry. The narrative being very much tied to Kobo and all that kind of stuff, that you're not going to really go out that way. And then with Saw, I would have loved to have seen chatting with Saw, because I was excited for that. I was like, cool, we'll get that kind of part of maybe like Cal's not involved directly with the rebellion from the original trilogy, or like what they're like building up to be with like the Ghost Crew during Rebels and all that. But we can get Cal being part of the extremist rebellion group, and he's doing stuff with Saw Gerrera for a bit. Like, he's got a Jedi in his pocket, and I thought that was really cool. And then we never see Saw Gerrera, and I was like, oh, okay. So they're just kind of establishing that he's working for him, and then he just stops working for him, never communicates with him after the intel stuff. And I thought that it was strange that there wasn't at least a little bit there. I would have loved maybe a little moment with Saw Gerrera, maybe like some communication or face-to-face, like going to where his current base is, maybe during like that sort of Andor like time period, how like Luthen goes to hang out with him and stuff. And then we tell Saw about Jeddah, and then Saw goes, Jeddah, sounds good. I'm gonna go to Jeddah. And then he goes to Jeddah in Rogue One. Oh, Gullet. That's my Saw Gerrera impression. Let me know how that was. If that was good, if you like that, let me know. Every day, more lies. Lies. Deception. Every day, more lies. I will go no longer. Saw Gerrera is great. He's a douchebag, but I love him, and it would have been cool to see. It would have been really cool to see, I think. That's just me like thinking about things that I think could have fit into the game in some capacity. But I really liked it. It was so funny that the Jedi Survivor like revealed had that Utapau and Senator guy, and we were like, oh, cool. He looks great. Gonna be this like maybe like major villain sort of thing. He looks great. And then he's just there for the intro, like just there for the prologue. And then like the mysterious scene where we have obviously Dagan Gera in the back to tank, and everyone's like, who the hell is that? And everyone's doing their crazy theories. And I loved that, how funny that reveal trailer was. It's always good when a Star Wars trailer shows us so much, but it's just nothing. They have no idea. Jesus, Sanchez worked on this game. Senior linguistic expert in Spanish. Jesus Sanchez. I gotta play this game in Spanish now. Because Jesus did it. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm just trying to talk passionately about Star Wars during the credits right now. I think we're pretty good. I can do unscripted rambles for quite a while. Big old long credit sequences. What else have we got? What else have we got to talk about? I'm hoping that I don't think we're going to get any DLC or story expansion stuff per se, but I reckon that we could get some free updates like they did with Fallen Order to maybe add some stuff. I would love to see the, what am I thinking about? I would love to see like DLC costumes. I think seeing costumes would be really great. I think it would be really awesome to see like new lightsaber parts. We didn't find lightsaber pieces for Eno Cordova, But I'd love like some DLC stuff. Like we would be like, here's Qui-Gon's saber, you know, here's here's Qui-Gon's saber, here's like God, why am I forgetting everyone's sabers? Like Mace Windu's saber, Palpatine's saber. Just throw some cool pieces in there. I think that would be really cool. And outfits as well, like actual like High Republic. Like if Cal could wear Dagan Gera's fit, get that High Republic stuff. If we've got like the prequel Jedi fits, I don't know. There's just a lot of potential. I was talking about like if you just gave Cal like some Mandalorian armor, and you could just have him wear Mandalorian armor, and then just have it be like this thing where you could just like paint it with like just so many different colors. You could add masks, you could add helmets, you know, and give like some more like facial customization options. I don't know if they'd ever add the ability to have like you could change the hair color. I doubt that they would do something like changing the hair color. But just the sheer amount of customization that the game already launched with is really impressive. Like all of the outfits are amazing. All of the outfits are so good. And the way that you can customize the colors for them is really sweet. The facial hair stuff and hairstyles, like stuff that you wouldn't really think that they would do. And they're like, yeah, Cal can have a mullet and a dirty mo if you want. And I'm just like, okay, all right, impressive. I'll take that. Like that's pretty sweet. They didn't have to do that, and I think that's something that I really loved, is like they didn't have to do that, and they added things that just felt like above and beyond. Like this game could have been like much less than what we got, and it still would have been really, really well received, I think. But there's just a lot of things that were like above and beyond that are great. I think that the characters that like fill out the world are really well done. Like talking with people like Turgle. Turgle's an instant classic Star Wars character. Guido and Gulu, perfect. Love these gay old men. They're great. It's so funny. The characters that they actually put into the game and you get to know and recruit in Pyloon Saloon are really well done. A lot of just cool stories and cool world building for Star Wars stuff, and I'm really happy about that. I appreciate it. You know, we literally have like a DJ droid in the cantina. It's amazing. It's great. I'm wondering if when we get to the end of the credits here as well, if we'll have an option to just replay from the end, or whether it'll be restart from before you go to Tanalore. I'm wondering how this game's going to handle that, because I guess there's not much to explore on Tanalore. There's not really much that you can do there, but we've got a tremendous amount of exploration to do elsewhere, side quests to do, rumors to do, all of that kind of stuff, which is really great. So it's always nice when you get to the credits and you're like, there is just still more for us to do, and it's not like a daunting task. It's an exciting one. I'm very happy. So Jedi Fallen Order was 2019. It's been 4 years for this one, with a five-year skip. No idea what they're going to do next. If Respawn are going to maybe close out a trilogy, if they want to do that next, and do Jedi Legacy. You heard it here first. Do Jedi Legacy, and close out a trilogy before moving into the next thing. I think that would be a great idea. 2027 Jedi Legacy, if they do another 4 years. So I'll be turning 30. I'll be turning 32. I'll be in my 30s. I'll be a Star Wars fan in his 30s finally. I'll be one of those. And the next Star Wars trilogy comes out. So much good Star Wars stuff to look forward to. In the next like year, even, there's so much great Star Wars stuff to look forward to. Let alone in the next 4 years, we'll be eating good. Definitely eating good. These credits have gone on for longer than my entire life, so I'm gonna wait. And we're gonna let the credits roll. We're gonna see what happens when we get to the end, or can I just skip them? I'm just waiting to see if there's like anything potentially after the credits. We can close the credits. I feel like we've got to be close to the end, though, right? See it out to the end. I'm going to close off the credits. We'll see what happens. Okay, there is post-credits. There you go. The place you could call home completed the story.
Well, it's not exactly what we expected. But this place is our home now.
Yeah, Grease. Yeah, I guess it is. Still got a lot of work ahead of us.
It will take time to contact the hidden path.
And find the anchorites.
And build a saloon. I mean, the place is creepy, but it does have franchise potential.
This belongs with you.
It belongs with all of us. What do you think, kid? Should we give it a shot?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Ah, that's the spirit. Oh, that's great. Come on, I'll bet you're hungry. I'll make you something to eat. Did you ever have a scaz steak?
Loves the steaks. They're doing it. All right. They're doing it. Oh, gameplay. Oh, nice. To gameplay. Journey complete. You have reached the end of your journey. However, the galaxy can be freely explored and there may yet be secrets left to discover. New Journey Plus is available from the main menu. All stances and cosmetics from previous games will be unlocked, along with some new perks and lightsaber colors. We get that red, that blood orange looking red. Any skill points will also carry over to your new game. New Journey Plus free perks. Purity grants a massive increase in weapon damage for both friends and foes. Warrior replaces standard enemies with new, more difficult combat encounters, and Trendsetter randomizes your cosmetics on death. Interesting. That's a cool one. Do we get the lightsaber colors here as well? Do we get the lightsaber colors here, or do I have to start a new game specifically for them? Because that's kind of lame if I have to go straight into New Game Plus instead of being able to get, you know, my lightsaber colors now that I've finished the game. But this answers our question. It goes straight into gameplay. So we do get to explore Tanalore some more. We do have scans as well to check out too. So this is great. It just kicks off where we were lost. Okay, let's scan some stuff, BD. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Oh, it's a... Oh, no. I thought it was going to be like a Nihil Marauder. It's just a droid. High Republic droid. A now obsolete Republic droid, fallen during battle with the Nihil invaders of Tanalore. The droid gave a valiant defense of the planet. Did it really? I was wondering if it was going to be like armor or clothing left behind of the Nihil. Because they look great. Their design works really, really awesome. Ta-da! Okay, we've done a tremendous amount of rambling during that credit sequence. So hopefully if you stayed and listened to my unofficial Star Wars podcast, I love you. As we just talk about our thoughts and feelings. But I think this game is superb. And now Cal and Merrin don't have to procreate. They don't have to go through that together. I don't even know if Night Sisters can bear children in that way. Instead, they have adopted Bode's daughter instead. Probably makes Bode mad, I would say. He's shaking our fist at us from the afterlife. He got no sort of moment of clarity either. That man was just like straight up until the end, like he's going down with a fight. And so unfortunate for him. Just a betrayal. And then he doesn't just double down. The man like triples down. He was really not rusty with that saber either. Pulled it from Dagon and he's like riding a bike, baby. Riding a goddamn bike. It's fine with it. Now we got ourselves a Z95. We got our very own ship. We'll just take that for a spin now. Whenever we want. But yeah, I guess the saloon is going to get built here, so they'll probably just start migrating from Kobo and hang out here instead. It's going to be a bit difficult to get visitors and patrons. I reckon that they would convert current Pyloon's saloon into a transit station. They'd be like, come here and get on the shuttle bus and we'll take you to Tanalore, and then you can see Pyloon's Saloon 2. You know?
Ghost star, wonder where you are. Ghost star, are you very far? All night long, I will sing a song. If you watch over me, ghost star, hiding in the night. All your friends oh so bright. When the sky is clear, I can sense you near, looking down on me. Ghost star.
It's pretty crazy that, like, he was genuinely trying to do what was best for Kata as a father, but it was just, yeah, it was just the fact that that man was just not willing to compromise at all. He's like, what do you do when the Empire comes? It's like, well, I mean, if we play our cards right, they shouldn't be here at all. You know, like, they're not going to be in possession of how to get here. The Empire had certainly not skilled enough pilots to fly through the abyss. A recording of Bode singing a lullaby to his daughter. I reckon Bode definitely would have sung that with her about the mother, for sure. Just seems that way.
Our decision is final.
Master Ancesis, please. He has the will to fight.
And I admire it. But it is not only his life we would risk. The ships are leaving. There is no time. I suggest you both join us.
Last plea. Faced with the imminent abandonment of the planet they told to reach, Dagan Gera and Santari Kree make a final impassioned plea to the Jedi Council. I can get down here.
What's that?
Jedi Order Edict. A Jedi edict found on the foundation of the temple on Tanalore. The Jedi stand ever ready, watching over the galaxy. Except they didn't, really. Damn. So we don't really get to see much of this place, do we? So we just get here and it just do be empty. Just do be empty. Yeah, I really wonder what was going through Bode's head when he got here, and he looked like pissed. And then he was like called out to Kata, who just didn't want to come down here. Because, yeah, not much going on here. Not much happening. But it's cool that you can at least run around and check it out for a bit. Get some other force echoes and whatnot. Because there's still some missable scannables after the Bode encounter. But that triple force user funeral is pretty crazy. Cordova, Seer, and Bode all together. Let's head back. Let's fast travel to Haven's Edge. We'll head back, and then I wonder how the flight works when we leave Tanalore. I'm assuming it'll just go to hyperspace and then we'll be out or something. Because with the compass, it probably does some cool stuff on the ship and you don't have to fly through. Is Kata... I assume Kata is on this ship, right?
Time to see if that compass is still working.
Why wouldn't it be?
With my luck.
It is a mechanical object. You have no control over it.
Fair enough.
Where should we take her first?
Yep, we take Kata around. Is she in the kitchen? Where is she?
Ready when you are. I just hope that compass still works.
She hanging out the back. Oh, do I have lightsaber colors? Do I have new colors? Yeah? No. Dude, why would you limit them to... Would you limit my saber colors to Only New Game Plus. I defeated the game. That's so rude. So rude. Toggle our attachment. Got my scope. The DL44. Oh, the different scopes on each of them is pretty cool. I like how it's a different scope on every one. We haven't customized our blaster in a hot minute. That's sick. Little bit disappointed about the lack of saber color after finishing the game. You have to do New Game Plus. Does this game have like save slots? Because I don't want it to like overwrite my progress. You know what I mean? Oh, there you go. Alright, I can't even talk to you. You're just gonna stare at me weirdly. Alright, where should we go with the compass?
So next.
Got obviously a crap load of rumors on there, which means we'll go to Coruscant. I just want to see what happens in terms of travel. How do we leave? Oh,
I hope that compass works.
It will.
Oh, look at you. So hopeful. Like a hope fountain or something.
putting Kata in Bode's spot though.
How you doing back there, kid?
Fine, thanks.
Oh my god. Okay. And hyperspace. Ah. So I guess the compass just charts you through hyperspace in a safe passage that doesn't destroy the ship. You know? It seems to make sense to me.
Eyes front, Cal. We're coming in.
Unless it's different when you travel to and from the Tanalore and Kobo itself. Boom. Oh, that compass definitely works. There you go. I think I've got a bounty on Coruscant, actually. It's pretty sweet. So I'll probably have to chase that one up. Oh, we can talk to Kata. There you go.
How did you and Marin meet?
I visited her home planet when I was looking for something.
She likes you.
She didn't at first.
I think people are scared of her.
Are you?
No, I like her. I've never seen a city this big.
A lot of people live here, but it's dangerous.
They're hunting you, aren't they?
That's right.
You'll be okay.
So will you.
So, you're really one of them? A Jedi?
Yeah, that's right.
And my papa?
He was a Jedi too. But I think he was most proud of being your father.
I like that you can take her to places and she comments on the locations that you're taking her to. That's really neat. Like, she doesn't just stand there and has zero dialogue. Like, she's actually a character, which is quite lovely. Find Gat Meadow. So yeah, we've got bounties to do, we've got stuff to do, we've got dialogue that we can still check out. Obviously, there's going to be Pyloon Saloon dialogue and stuff like that as well. So we've got a lot to do, which is really exciting. So thank you so much for joining me for our ending of the story of Jedi Survivor. We will be continuing the playthrough with some bonus episodes of tracking things down. I'm not sure how many episodes I will do. Depends how productive we are, what we find, what's worth showing, etc., etc. But definitely the bounties. I need to find myself a patrol trooper on this planet to put in my tactical guide, because I need to be reunited with my favorite trooper, and check out what other secrets there are lying around. But very, very happy with this game. It's definitely a contender for one of the most impressive games of the year so far, despite some technical issues that are really unfortunate for a lot of people, mainly on PC. Like, that polish is definitely needed. So there's obviously people that are having much worse experiences than I am. I'm playing on the Series X, and even then I'm having my fair share of issues, but from a foundational standpoint of how this game actually plays, how it feels, the story, the writing, music, all the effort that has gone into this, like, it is definitely something that deserves that recognition. Tremendous experience, incredible game, and I hope you've enjoyed the playthrough. I definitely hope you've enjoyed the playthrough of my passionate Star Wars rambles, because I love Star Wars. I don't love all Star Wars, but I love Star Wars. And I will try and love any and all Star Wars as much as I can, but also I don't blindly love Star Wars, because to be blind is to align yourself with the dark side, or, you know, even the Jedi were blind. Both sides are blind in their own way. You can either blindly love it or blindly hate it. There's a balance in the Force to be struck there, you know? Take the good with the bad. And this game has little bits of both, but it's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing. It's a balanced thing. There you go. But I love Star Wars, and I love talking about Star Wars, and I love sharing my love for Star Wars with you all. So if you have enjoyed this playthrough and you haven't done so yet, please do consider subscribing. That would be really lovely to support me. And I do have a bunch of other Star Wars content on the channel as well, like nostalgic streams of playing Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Knights of the Old Republic I've played through for blind playthroughs. Like we've got some Star Wars stuff on the channel. Go and check it out. And there's many more Star Wars games and experiences to be had in the future as well. So I hope you'll stick around for that. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time for more Jedi Survivor. Just at the end of the episode here, actually to cap it off, databank entries were all added after the story was complete, actually. So we're just going to do a quick little read through of all of these as well, because there's some good stuff to see here based on the titles. So let's have a look. We're starting with Legacy. Cal makes a vow that he will honor Seer's legacy by rebuilding the Jedi Archive and protecting the hidden path on Tanalore. So there you go. He's going to be the path and Jedi Archive man. He's going to become the new Jocasta Nu. That seems to be how we're going to leave it. Star Wars Jedi Legacy. Pyre. Bode was laid to rest on Tanalore on a funeral pyre in the tradition of the Jedi. Obligation. Despite their efforts, Merrin and Cal have passed on a trauma they know all too well to Kata. Now they must watch over her as best they can. Yep. Jedi funeral rites. Those Jedi who die and whose bodies can be recovered are afforded the final honor of a funeral pyre. Though the body is committed to fire, it is believed that no Jedi is truly gone, as they become with the wider Force, which Jedi believe to be a power which binds the entire universe. In a way, the Jedi's spirit may endure forever. No one's ever really gone. Companionship. After he mourns the death of his friends, Grease takes care of Kata, nurturing her with hot meals and companionship. I wonder if she'll be in Pyloon's saloon when we go there. 100%, she's got to be. New path. As they traveled towards Tanalore's Jedi Temple, Cal and Merrin chose to offer Bode's mercy for Kata's sake. On arrival, however, it is clear that Bode did not have mercy on his mind, engaging the pair in a brutal, relentless battle. With victory seemingly won by Cal, Bode feigned surrender. His patience having snapped, he pushed Kata away, disarming Cal and began choking Merrin with the Force. Faced with having to watch Bode kill Merrin, Cal broke free and, using the blaster Bode gave to him on Jedha, shot him dead. Later, as Merrin tended to Kata on the Mantis, Cal said a final goodbye to his former friend. With their struggle over at last, the crew lit traditional Jedi funeral pyres for Master Cordova, Seer, and Bode. As the fires burned through the night, the crew left one by one. By dawn, only Cal remained. There, in the flickering embers, on the morning wind, Cal heard Seer's voice in his mind again, charging him to guide her through the darkness. As a new day rises, Cal vows to make Tanalore worthy of Seer's legacy. So that's essentially the last things, because these we looked at just before. So new path, companionship, funeral rites, obligation, pyre, and legacy. So I just wanted to have a look at those last things before we check it out. So it gives us a little bit more of an insight. We've got 100% of the lore, 100% of the quest. There are still more characters to find, which is really cool. Looks like we've got the end. Oh, Monk has something else. Scoover's got more, because obviously he's talking about like his stories. So Monk's got more. Scoover's got more stories. Kaij is probably if we resolve the bounty hunter stuff. Winnie and Zig have more. Moran has more. Grok has more. And there might be even more to discover. Who knows? But 78% through for the first run. all the way through the end is pretty good to me. And then we've got much more for us to discover. So just wanted to tack that one on the end, that final little bit of lore reading, and goodbye.